Hot take, I think more people should be used to being uncomfortable. I think that discomfort is not necessarily a socially and inherently bad thing. I think that discomfort is a really good tool by which we can use to grow and understand ourselves better as people. For a very long time, I was scared of dogs. Frankly, I still don't really like them very much, but I live with one now, and it made me uncomfortable for a little while, and now it makes me less uncomfortable. I've grown as a person, I've come to see things from other people's perspective, it's made me stronger, it's made me more likable, it's made me, I'd like to think, a better person. Not necessarily with that example in particular, but with other things that have been a challenge depending on who I was when I was raised and how I was raised. If you don't go outside, then nothing's ever going to happen. And that can be a very appealing thing if you like the safety of not going outside, but the truth of the matter is that if you don't go outside, it means that you won't meet exciting people, it means that you won't see cool and interesting new things, it means that you may never discover the kind of passion that's going to make your life feel like it's worthwhile. It's all very well and good to sit around and enjoy the cozy indulgence of media that you know is comfortable. If you're comfortable your whole life, you're just going to end up being a slave to the predilections and preferences that you developed when you were too young to know otherwise, and you're missing out on a lot of other really cool stuff. That's how you end up as like a 39-year-old with no kids who watches Bluey. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but I'm also thinking that if you're a 39-year-old and you haven't seen like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind because you're too busy watching Baby Race over and over again, maybe you should interrogate that. The notion of comfort can apply to a lot of things. It can apply to not wanting to watch subtitled things, it can apply to not wanting to watch scary things, it can apply to not wanting to try something because you think that you won't like it. Once upon a time, I thought that I didn't like broccoli, and now I try to eat broccoli whenever I possibly can because I know it tastes so good, especially when you put cheese on it. Oh my god. And I would say that that's enriched my life. It's enriched it substantially, both in terms of the caloric value of my meals and the nutrient factor, but also in terms of now I get to enjoy a new kind of food. Now when there's a new kind of food on the menu that I thought that I didn't like, I can look at it and be like, actually, that sounds dope. I would love a broccoli thing. Little bit of extra crushed pepper on that if you don't mind. I also used to dislike pepper. Now I do. Isn't that crazy? It comes down to food, it comes down to art, it comes down to media, it comes down to food, it comes down to art, it comes down to media, it comes down to people. There are some people that you may find uncomfortable to be around. I want you to think about that. It's not necessarily a bad thing to feel uncomfortable about people, but sometimes it is, and you should be able to tell the difference. Being able to embrace discomfort can help you grow in ways you never thought was possible. Being able to embrace discomfort can help you grow in ways that you never thought was possible. If you get good at being uncomfortable, which is something that's possible to do, then you won't stop changing all of the time, and I promise it's not as scary as it sounds.